Ah, regular expressions, my old enemy. This is something that I've struggled with ever since I started development. So, when a new thing came out called Rulex, a regular expression language, I guess, I couldn't wait to just try it out. So, in this video, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is just head over to the Rulex website. Just you can see all the different examples here for Unicode as well as ranges. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Now there's some important information here, but I'm just going to go ahead and over to Quick Start. And here I'm going to make sure that I can run Rulex on my own machine. So I'm going to install it. Now, there is something that needs to be pointed out here, which is that you're going to need Rust in order to have cargo, because Rulex is written in Rust and cargo is the package manager. And so now I'm going to install Rulex bin, but since I already have it installed, nothing is going to change. Another quick point that needs to be made is that you need to add cargo into your path variable. Otherwise, you just won't get access to Rulex. Now, the Rulex command line tool is pretty simple. You just feed it a string that is Rulex compliant and you get a regular expression out of it. Now, for something a little more ambitious, let's try reproducing an IBAN string for Rulex. So here initially, I guess you would have NL, but honestly, this could be any IBAN number. Could be DE, could be CR for Croatia, I think. But essentially, I'm just trying to figure out how this thing works in Rulex. So I'm going to put that in and see what happens. And this is interesting. It gives me an error message as to something that doesn't work. So I'm going to go into the playground that Rulex has, and I'm just going to try it out and try to figure out what's going on here. So I haven't really read a lot of the documentation for Rulex. I'm just really playing along here. But one thing that I really do appreciate about Rulex is that it provides very interesting, or rather should I say very useful error messages. So here it's saying that NL is a variable. Maybe we should just treat it as a string and that'll give us a valid regular expression. Now I'm just going to go ahead and check if this regular expression thing actually works. So I'm just going to paste this into some string of an open project that I have running. I'm just going to check if that actually works. So I'm just going to copy that, paste it inside of the string, and then I'm just going to check the regular expression. Now, there are plenty of websites that you can use to check your regular expressions. I just had this project open, so I'm just going to use it. Now, this seems to be working because you're supposed to have 2 digits for the bank, 2 digits for the country, or rather 2 places for the country and 2 places for the bank. So if I just put in 1, it doesn't work, but 01 works just fine. Now, ranges are some things that we use a lot inside of regular expressions, so I'm just going to try and do that here inside of the playground, but that doesn't seem to work. So I'm guessing we need to add square braces around it in order for it to work. Okay, that's interesting. So those are character ranges, and there are plenty of types of character ranges in there that we can use. But let's just head back to our playground for now. So initially I put there a plus next to the square braces, but we want 2 characters. So I'm guessing we're just going to put that in third braces or third brackets, or curly braces, I guess. And let's paste that in and let's check it out. All right, so NL14, that works. Yeah, all of these things are still working. DE14 also works. So we're in good shape. Okie dokie, now for the rest of the IBAN numbers, we're just going to do another probably A to Z as well. And we need 4 numbers here for the bank itself. Or rather 4 letters here for the bank itself. And let's just check that if that works. It should work. I mean, the A to Z stuff worked just fine, so probably didn't need to check this, but let's just check it for good measure. NL, that shouldn't work. It should be all capital, NL14, and then RABO for Rabobank, I'm guessing. Yeah, that seems to work just fine. And now for the last 14 digits of the actual bank numbers. So that is going to be 0 to 9, and that is going to be 14 as well. It's interesting how you can use the braces or range, either or, it seems, inside of Rulex. I don't know if there are any hard and fast rules on it, but it seems to be pretty interesting that you can use either of those two. All right, so we're going to check it one last time. It's going to be NL14 RIBO, and then I'm just going to type in some numbers because, I mean, I'm not giving you my bank account. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and boom, that works. So yeah, overall, this was a pleasant experience. I would say that the Rulex is a lot more readable than whatever the heck this regular expression is. So folks, thank you so much for watching. I hope to bring you more of these kinds of videos. If you find them interesting, please let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you liked it. Otherwise, click the thumbs down button. It lets me know what you don't like.